A mahu. It's like a blanket word for being queer. For Hawaiian culture, that's really important. Of what makes a person whole is the duality of masculine and feminine. And being trans and being mahu was something revered. We were the medical practitioners before Christianity, the academics, and we held all the knowledge through hula, our songs and our poems. That's how we passed down knowledge. So I grew up in Hawaii. I grew up in paradise. Waimanalo, it's literally, nickname is God's country. It's like this perfect oasis. I took it for granted living there. I didn't realize how beautiful it was until I moved away to the continental US. I've never seen a more beautiful ecosystem like Hawaii. The trees are so vast. It grounds you in a way, and it makes me feel so much perspective. Going through the Pali Lookout, going around Makapu'u, and seeing how that same rock is still there, how deep that ocean is. It's spiritual, it's magical as a native Hawaiian. There's like a little section over there that's called blowhole, and that's where when you're kids you go over there and you jump off the rocks and stuff. Not for me. I was not into high adventure. High danger was not really something I really gravitated to. I was cool just dancing. Dance was really my first foray into performing. I think I was always kind of naturally dancing as a kid. There was never really a space that I could be a dancer as a profession, you know? For me, being a queer child growing up in a very religious house, where it was supposed to be safe was not very safe for me. Until I was in high school, did a dance performance for homecoming. I performed, my friend Janelle saw, and she said, you should really come to the dance studio that I train at. And I did. Finding this dance studio was like this aha moment, and you just feel belonged and you see your people. That was my first introduction to seeing nice, happy gay men and allies that were just really cool girls that we all hung out together. It was like finding my tribe, and Marcelo was the chief of that tribe.
It's a cute number. 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Sharp, sharp. 1, 2. Hi, I'm Marcelo Pacleb. We started 24/7 in 1990, so about 34 years ago. I remember when she was about 17 years old, she came to our studio and she was just looking for a place to dance. I like to bring out the individual personality of who they are. I try to keep pushing them to a new level and see what they can come create. Wait, try to lean, ready, and lean. Go, boom. And go, 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 go. She's a born performer. She just brought a solo aspect to our classes. She brought up how to be a star on stage, how to be a great performer on stage.
Sasha, the moment she transitioned, she was a star, and it made sense.
I feel like she has this natural star quality that has been with her ever since she's a teenager.
We basically lived, ate, breathed, anything there. Went from straight to school, straight to the dance studio, didn't even ever go home. That was our home.
We all came from backgrounds where I think our parents were not really supportive of our lifestyle, and 24/7 gave us a home to be open and discover ourselves.
It was this creative space that we could let go and be ourselves.
I think it was a safe haven, no matter if you came from a broken home, from a still wide open home. It was something of a comfort for us.
So I was sneaking out of the house around 2000, 2001. There was an 18 and over club called Venus. It was Friday nights, Saturday nights, 18 and over. You would watch a drag show and then dance your hard away. And then at 4 o'clock when everything closed, everybody would go to the Zippies.
So Zippies was like a spot for us after the bars, after the clubs, to just go and sort of sober up, eat, and enjoy each other's company and recap the night that just happened.
We all call it gay Zippies to this day.
It was just a space that a lot of us queer kids gravitated towards. The waiters and waitresses there never gave us any sort of problems. We were always just welcomed into this space, allowed to like be ourselves there.
And you know it's a good time when you are with a bunch of mahous, drunk, at Zippies, and you don't know if those are chickens or like people talking. Like, yeah, yeah, like so loud at the top of their lungs, eating all the food. There have been so many moments where I have like fallen asleep. Normal order at Zippies, the first, I have so many, depends on the mood. Depends on the tide. For the most part, I'll start off with a fried chicken and chili plate with an extra mac salad and cheese on the chili. Or I love a Simon and a Terry beef stick. Or I love like the Terry burger with fries. Or so the whole menu, pretty much.
I would say like our first project together was when Sasha ran for Miss Continental.
Back then, that era of drag, that was the thing to do. There was no social media, there was no TV shows of it. You weren't in people's faces all over America.
Sasha, Preston, and I, we were 3 kids with big dreams, and we flew out to Chicago with whatever money we could scrap up. Preston and I painted ourselves gold for that number.
You know, Laura was a dancer, Mark was a dancer, I was a dancer. I became a makeup artist, Mark is now a creative director, and Laura's a stylist, so we've crossed paths our whole lives.
I think we've all been using and resourcing each other for our strengths for years now. But since this is my baby and something that I really hold dear to my heart, I needed to have the people that I trust.
It's this weird family that it's like beyond because we get to witness life together. And I think it's rare for us to grow as humans and still be in each other's lives. We're always around each other.
I really look to my friends for advice and for help, and they all lent their expertise in really creating this show that is succinct and powerful. Then it gets to the ocean, and this beach that we're about to turn up on, I remember that's where like all the hottest guys and the hottest girls gather there. But it'd be so cis, it'd be so het. Like the little queer trans girl was like not going there. But we would drive through it, lock our doors, roll up the windows, and like check out all the hot guys. But knowing that like they probably would like beat the crap out of us if they saw us. Shout out. I'll see you at the show. Because your daughter just loves Drag Race.